So you're ready to book your next cruise. The interior cabin is way cheaper, but the balcony cabin looks amazing. So which one is actually right for you? I've been cruising in all types of cabins across many cruise lines, and I've developed a clear favorite for myself, but everyone is different. In this video, I'm going to help you decide which cabin you would enjoy more. And by the end of this video, I'm going to give you a clear checklist to help you decide which cabin to choose for your next cruise. I'm Gary with Optimal Cruising, bringing you fresh cruise advice, money-saving hacks, and secret strategies the cruise lines don't advertise. Let's get started. My wife and I cruise all the time with two different couples, and they couldn't disagree more on this topic. One couple always books the balcony cabin, and the other couple will always book an interior. And there are some real practical differences between these two rooms. One particular cabin type is not right for everybody. In fact, if you are a regular cruiser and you have a favorite cabin type that you always book, put it in the comments below. Let's get this debate started early. First, we're going to take a look at a few different interior cabins so that you get an idea of what they look like. Most people know that in these interior cabins, there is no window, so all of the light is artificial light. And they tend to be rather compact and cozy. Sometimes you'll have a couch in there. Sometimes it'll just be a bed and a little desk attached to the wall. It really depends on the cruise line and the cruise ship. The more modern, newer ships are making these interior rooms even smaller to fit more rooms on board. So you're likely to be in a tighter space on a newer ship versus an older ship. You might have a little more room actually in that interior cabin. And the same is true about balcony cabins. Older ships, they'll be slightly larger than on newer ships, but you do have that added space of the balcony. It makes the room feel bigger than it actually is, especially with all the natural light coming in. And a lot of people say it has a much less claustrophobic feel because you always have that ability to escape out into the outdoors, right out onto your balcony. As far as choosing a cabin location, it makes no difference. They have interiors and balconies everywhere throughout the ship. But what will make the difference for you is knowing what you're going to use that room for and how much time you're actually going to spend in there. I've been cruising for decades, and I've discovered that for me, the interior cabin works the best. It meets my needs, and it's a lower cost. But we're going to look at the deciding factors for who the interior cabin is perfect for. It may seem rather obvious, but for budget cruisers, this is a perfect choice because it's the lowest you're going to pay for a cruise. In fact, everywhere you look where you see cruise prices advertised, the price they're advertising is that interior room price. And if you start to go up categories from there, you're going to end up paying more. It really gives you great value because if you look at the numbers, you can about book 3 cruises in an interior cabin for the same price as 2 cruises in a balcony cabin. That's 1 extra cruise for free simply by going from a balcony to an interior room. And you're still getting the full experience, all the food, all the free drinks on board, ice cream, all the activities, the ports of call. Nothing is cut out of your experience because you booked an interior. In fact, you're getting the most advantage over the cruise line if you book this cabin. The interior can also be a great choice for port-intensive itineraries like those in the Caribbean or the Mediterranean, where you're at a port of call many days during your cruise. You might only have 1 or maybe 2 sea days, which means you're spending a lot of time off the ship and a lot less time actually in your cabin. And for those 1 or 2 sea days, you're probably out and about exploring all there is on this massive ship, and you're not really utilizing the space inside your cabin. If you're a very social cruiser or ship people like the one couple that I sail with all the time, they're never in their room. They're always making new friends, talking to people. They participate in all the trivia, the bingo, the games going on. I don't think there's an activity that they miss out on. If you're like that, why book the balcony? Because you're never going to use it. And some people really love the fact that you can black out an interior cabin completely. No light at all. If that helps you sleep or take naps, this is the cabin for you. Now, if you've been nodding along to a lot of this, the interior cabin might be right for you. But let's take a look at when the balcony cabin makes sense. Now, the other couple that I cruise with, they love to spend time by themselves. In fact, they're somewhat introverted. So they spend so much time in their room, they absolutely need that balcony. In fact, they love sitting out there and having coffee or snacks, breakfast, watching the sunrise, even watching the sunset. It is a place they spend a majority of their time on sea days and a good amount of time even on port days. So anyone just looking to relax in the peace and quiet by yourself and not among other cruisers, a balcony is the best cabin for you because it is a rather private paradise that you have all to yourself. And then there's people who are uneasy about closed-in spaces or people who get that claustrophobic feeling. If that happens to you, you definitely should book a balcony cabin. And here's the deal. There are cabins with port windows that don't have a balcony, but they're already a bit of an upcharge from an interior room. So in my opinion, if you need something with a window, go for that balcony. At least you can get some fresh air, walk out there, smell the sea, breathe in that air when you're in the middle of the ocean. There's nothing like it. And then I've been told by a lot of cruisers that for special occasions, a balcony makes it that much better. So if you're going on a cruise specifically for a honeymoon, anniversary, some special event that you're celebrating, you might want to splurge for that balcony, at least for that trip, because those kind of cruises are really between you and your significant other, and you're probably going to spend a little more alone time away from other people and away from the crowds, and you'll probably make good use of that balcony. It'll give you that more romantic feeling. And then there are those big bucket list scenic cruises that a lot of people do, like those in Norway or those in Alaska, where the scenery is the cruise. So you definitely want a balcony for that. So we've got two very different types of cruisers here. So let's break it down side by side so you can really feel the difference. So I've probably spent way too much time looking at deck plans on cruise ships and the specific square footage of different rooms. And you'll notice real quickly that the square footage on the average balcony room is the same as the square footage on the average interior room, except for the space on the balcony. And even though those balconies are not always that large, just having that extra space does make those rooms feel a little bigger. The bathrooms are pretty similar in size. As you can see here in this footage, we've got a bathroom from an interior room. And then we're going to take a look here at a bathroom from the balcony room. Between the two cabins, you're going to have pretty much the same storage space, the same shelving, the same drawers. It's going to vary widely from cruise ship to cruise ship, but on the same cruise ship, there's almost no difference. So let's take a look at the atmosphere difference between these two cabins. So the balcony cabin is going to definitely feel more open and airy, simply because you have that fresh light and even fresh air coming in when you open the door. In the interior cabin is more cozy, more cave-like. If you like that environment, you're definitely going to feel better in that type of room. Now, both cabins could experience some noise from the corridor or the elevators, depending on where they're located on the ship. And we actually have other videos talking about the best locations to choose. But the interior cabin is generally going to be quieter than the balcony cabin due to outside or exterior noise. So the balcony cabins will be subject to noise even from your neighbors or people one deck up or one deck below, moving chairs around or talking loudly out there. That sound can filter in through your balcony door. And then at ports of call, which often happen early in the morning, you can hear all kinds of noises from the crew trying to get the ship tied up and docked into port. And sometimes those noises actually bother people, and you won't hear that on the interior cabins. There isn't a right or wrong when it comes to cruise ship cabins. Some people prefer a quiet and dark room to sleep in. That's going to be interior. And other people prefer to be able to look out at the scenery and fall asleep maybe with the sound of the ocean. It just really depends on your personal preference. Now, let's get to that decision checklist. Okay, let's get right to this checklist because these 5 questions can really help you decide, at least for this next cruise, which cabin is best for you. So the first question here, is this cruise more about the ship and ports or about relaxing with a view? If you think it's more about relaxing with a view, give yourself 2 points for this question. Otherwise, you don't get any points. Number 2, will you mostly sleep and shower in this room? Or do you want a quiet place to hang out? If you're more for a quiet place to hang out, give yourself 2 points. Otherwise, you don't get any points. Number 3, is price important to you? Is this price jump from the interior to the balcony a stretch or no big deal? If it's no big deal, give yourself 2 points. If it's a stretch or even a deal breaker, don't give yourself any points. And number 4, is this cruise you're about to book a bucket list once-in-a-lifetime cruise or just another vacation in the Caribbean or Mediterranean or something like that? If this is a bucket list trip for you, give yourself 2 points. Otherwise, don't give yourself any points. And number 5, do you or anybody you'll be traveling with get claustrophobic or don't like confined spaces or dark rooms? If you answered yes to that question, give yourself 2 points. Otherwise, don't give yourself any points. So now all you need to do is add up your points. If you have less than 5 points, you probably should just book that interior room and use that savings to go on an extra cruise. However, if you scored more than 5 points, you're probably leaning towards a balcony, and it probably would be worth it for you to pay the extra and lock that in. Now, have you heard some of the myths out there surrounding these cabin choices? I'm going to talk about that next, but first, if you've enjoyed this video so far, please subscribe to our channel. We want you part of our family. I've heard some cruise cabin myths out there, like you're not really cruising if you don't have a balcony, or if you're not going to book a balcony, what's the point in a cruise? Well, this is mostly marketing, and it's not really true for everybody. Guests in interior cabins are eating the same food, enjoying the same activities, having access to the same features of these ships that people who book balconies or even suite cabins. There is no difference. And there's so many public areas throughout these ships for you to enjoy that you can find a place to sit and watch the sea go by, to enjoy the sun, to enjoy breakfast out there on an open deck. You don't need a balcony for that unless you want that privacy. Another myth I've heard is that interior cabins are miserable because you're locked inside a room with no access to the outdoors. But I know many cruisers who specifically book these interior cabins because they want a quiet and dark room. And then some people say that cruising in a balcony cabin is like cruising first class, while cruising in an interior cabin is like buying the cheap seats. But that's not the case. They're just different cabins for different types of cruisers. So now that you know which cabin to choose, there are some major ripoffs going on these cruise ships right now that you're going to want to avoid. I'll tell you all about those right here.